Hello everybody, Peter Riley here again, and we're going to continue with the planning for our essay, which we were looking at in the last video. So I'm going to share the screen and away we go. Okay, so we'll go down to the actual plan, and you'll see that I've been doing a bit of work here, writing an introduction and also writing a thesis statement and a position. I hadn't done those before because I was still, working on the development of the essay, and I didn't at that point really know exactly what I wanted to have here. So the same may be true with you, that you don't necessarily have to start with these until you've got, especially the thesis statement, until you've got a clear idea of what it is that you're going to write about. So this will have two things. It will, the thesis statement, it will first of all tell the reader what exactly you're going to be talking about within the topic. And secondly, it will explain what your view is in relation to whatever argument is being looked at. So here my thing is about organizational structures, and I'm explaining that I prefer a certain type, and if I'm writing my essay, that's what I will end up with. Having mentioned my opinion about this at the beginning, in the thesis statement at the end of the introduction, having done that, I will then develop that view and give reasons for it near the end of the essay. Okay, one other thing that's changed here is that I realized after starting by developing my different subtopics last time, I realized that there was one I had missed out. And if you remember, I told you that I was going to leave some spaces here in case I needed more than the 5. And that was my recommendation to you. And in fact, I've realized that I want to give some examples of organizational structure. And I hadn't thought about that before, so now I've inserted it in a suitable place. Okay, so today we're going to, one other thing that I've been doing is that I've gone from the just the simple URLs, the web addresses that we had before, and I've done proper references for the 3 sources that I was discussing last time. Okay, now you've got to work with a total of 5 sources. I just have 3 for the minute, but what I'm going to do in this video is to talk about 2 sources. The first one, you have to talk about the relevance, and you have to do that for 2, and I'm just going to do it for 1. So to demonstrate how that should be done. So I start off with all I need now is the in-text form of reference, which is the surname followed by the year in brackets. Okay, and I can present what I have to say in the form of bullet points. So the idea of this is to explain to the reader, to the tutor, whoever it is, why I think this is on topic for me. It's about my topic. I'm going to use this source because it says things about my topic. So make sure that this is the case with you, that the sources you have are going to actually be relevant to your topic. Now, 3 more of your 5 sources, you have to do something more detailed. And I'm going to do it with just 1 of my 3. Okay, but this is how it's done, and you should repeat this 3 times. So what type of source is it? It's a book. This time I'm giving the full reference. There it is. And I'm going to explain also how I found it. In this case, I used the citation tick box of another source, which I put into Google Scholar. Okay. I've identified this source as reliable and appropriate for academic use because there are tick boxes, but you can't actually tick if you're using a computer file, so just highlight. Okay. Currency, is it recent? If I'm using one that's not recent, I must say why. Recent, I would say 2010 onwards. If it's older than that, explain why you're using an older one. Now, this is very important. The authors have an appropriate level of expertise in the field, meaning in this subject. Okay, don't say, I'm using a book by Michael Armstrong because Michael Armstrong is important. I may be the tutor, but I'm not God. So I don't know about your topic. I don't know who your author is. You have to tell me that why this author is acceptable for academic study. You have to tell me. Okay. I don't know everything about everything, and I'm not trying to find out. What I do want to know is that you have researched, if necessary, on the internet. You've researched Michael Armstrong and you found out that he is, in fact, a person who's highly qualified to write this book. Okay. It's actually a textbook. Accurate. Is it a reliable book? How do you know it's reliable? Okay, so you've got to explain about that. How you know that you can trust this subject, this author and this source, how you can trust this source. Okay, and finally, why has it been written? It hasn't been written to make money, you know, like for a company. It hasn't been written to promote a religious organization or to get people to vote in a particular way in elections. It's been written for students studying this particular topic. It's a textbook. All right. You'll probably be looking at research articles, possibly newspaper things and so forth, but you're always looking for something which is trying to get to the truth, to understand something about a topic, not which is trying to sell something. Okay, now the other thing you have to do is you have to have mentioned 3 points from the source. You know, each of the sources, you're going to have your 3 sources, but I've just got the one here. So 3 points from this, which I would like to use in my essay, the supporting evidence, and where am I going to use it? So I'll just, and remember that I'm allowed to, in fact, I'm encouraged to just write in bullet points. I'm not supposed to be writing lots of beautiful English. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm saying what the point is. I'm explaining what evidence there is, and I'm saying where in my essay I'm going to use it. So this will be to go back to your first thing at the beginning with your paragraphs and say it's going to be in P2 or in P4 or whatever. One more thing, very important. It's necessary for you to write this document in your own words. Do not copy and paste a whole business from your source into this document. When students do a big copy and paste, we know that it means that they haven't read it and don't understand it. I'm sorry, but you know, maybe that sounds strange, but the student who has read and understood a source is able to explain in their own words what the source is saying. And that's what you need to do. So at one point, I went to the summary of the chapter I was looking at in this book. I went to the summary and I found a very nice summary of this particular part of the topic. Okay, but that's fine, except that I have to put it in my own words. I mean, it's good that I found a summary out there. That's excellent. It means I don't have to do the summary myself because the summary is done for me. That I'm very happy. But I can't just use this directly in those words. I have to make it in my own words. Okay, so I'm suggesting that this is the place that you should start. Do one each of these. You have to finish by using 5 sources, but for the moment I'm saying do relevance for one source, and then do the things that we've just been looking at here, analysis and so on, for one source, because that way, when I've had a look at what you've done, if you're doing it right, you can do the others. If you're doing it wrong, you haven't spent lots and lots of time doing 5 sources wrong. Okay, we're going to stop there.